The dark psychology of gambling, why we can't stop. Gambling is driven by a complex interplay of psychological factors. From the thrill of uncertainty to the allure of a life-changing win, understanding these mechanisms is crucial. What drives us to gamble? Unmasking the motivations. Why do people gamble? It's a question with a surprisingly complex answer. On the surface, the motivations might seem straightforward: the thrill of the win, the allure of easy money, the social aspect of it all. One key motivator is the excitement factor, the rush of adrenaline, the pounding heart, the anticipation of a potential win. These physiological responses can be highly addictive. It's the same kind of rush you might experience on a roller coaster or during a close game, but with gambling there's an added layer of risk and reward that amplifies the experience. Then there's the social aspect. For many, gambling is a social activity, a chance to connect with friends, share stories, and enjoy a shared experience. Casinos and gambling halls are often designed to foster this sense of community, with bright lights, lively music, and free-flowing drinks creating an atmosphere of excitement and camaraderie. For some, gambling offers an escape from the stresses of everyday life. It provides a temporary reprieve from worries and responsibilities, allowing individuals to lose themselves in the excitement of the game. However, this form of escapism can be dangerous, potentially leading to a vicious cycle of chasing losses and further emotional distress. The dream of winning big, of changing one's life with a single spin or hand, is a powerful motivator for many. While the odds of winning big are often slim, the potential for a life-changing payout can be enough to keep people coming back for more. Tricked by our own minds. Cognitive biases in gambling. Our brains are wired to find patterns and make sense of the world around us, but sometimes these same cognitive processes can lead to flawed thinking, especially when it comes to gambling. These flaws, known as cognitive biases, can cloud our judgment and lead to poor decision-making, often with detrimental consequences. One of the most prevalent cognitive biases in gambling is the illusion of control. This is the belief that we have more control over random events than we actually do. Think about it. Gamblers often blow on dice, rub lucky charms, or develop elaborate betting systems, all in an attempt to influence outcomes that are entirely outside their control. Another common bias is the gambler's fallacy, which is the mistaken belief that past events can influence future outcomes in random games of chance. For example, someone who has lost several consecutive bets might believe they are due for a win, even though each spin of the roulette wheel or hand of cards is independent of the previous one. Then there's the near-miss effect, which can be particularly insidious. This bias refers to the tendency to perceive near misses as evidence that a win is just around the corner, even though the odds remain unchanged. These cognitive biases create a powerful illusion of predictability in games of chance. The gambler's high risk, reward, and the brain's reward system. Why is it so difficult to resist the allure of gambling, even when we know the odds are stacked against us? The answer lies in the intricate workings of our brain's reward system. When we engage in activities that are essential for survival, such as eating or sex, our brains release dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward. This dopamine rush reinforces these behaviors, ensuring you repeat them. Gambling, while not essential for survival, can hijack this system, triggering the same reward pathways and creating a powerful sense of euphoria. The unpredictable nature of gambling plays a significant role in this process. Variable reward schedules, where rewards are delivered at random intervals, are known to be particularly addictive. Think about slot machines. The anticipation of each spin, the uncertainty of the outcome, and the occasional payout create a potent cocktail of dopamine that keeps us hooked. Moreover, risk-taking behavior itself can be inherently rewarding. When we gamble, our brains release adrenaline and other stress hormones, which can produce feelings of excitement and exhilaration. This physiological response, coupled with the potential for a large reward, creates a powerful feedback loop that can be difficult to break. Chapter 4. When gambling takes control. Recognizing the signs of addiction. Gambling, for many, is a harmless form of entertainment, a fun way to unwind and potentially win some money. However, for a significant portion of the population, gambling can morph into something far more sinister, an addiction that takes a devastating toll on their lives and the lives of their loved ones. Gambling addiction, also known as compulsive gambling or pathological gambling, is a serious mental health disorder characterized by an inability to control gambling habits despite negative consequences. It's a progressive condition, meaning it typically worsens over time without intervention. Recognizing the signs of gambling addiction is crucial for early intervention and treatment. Here are some red flags to watch out for. Preoccupation with gambling, constantly thinking about past gambling experiences, planning future bets, or finding ways to obtain gambling money. Chasing losses, continuously gambling to recoup losses, often leading to a destructive cycle of escalating bets and mounting debt. Lying and concealment, hiding the extent of gambling involvement from loved ones, often resorting to lying, secrecy, and deception. Financial problems, experiencing financial difficulties as a direct result of gambling, such as accumulating debt, maxing out credit cards, or borrowing money from others. Relationship issues, strained relationships with family and friends due to gambling habits, leading to isolation, arguments, and breakdowns in communication. Chapter 5. Beyond the individual social and environmental influences on gambling. While individual psychology plays a significant role in gambling behavior, it's crucial to recognize the powerful influence of social and environmental factors. From the seductive allure of advertising to the subtle pressures of peer groups, these external forces can shape our attitudes towards gambling and influence our choices, often without us even realizing it. One of the most pervasive influences is the constant bombardment of gambling advertising and marketing. Casinos and online gambling platforms invest heavily in sophisticated marketing campaigns designed to entice us with promises of wealth, excitement, and escapism. These advertisements often portray gambling as a glamorous and socially acceptable activity, downplaying the risks and glorifying the potential rewards. Peer pressure, whether subtle or overt, can also contribute to gambling behavior. The desire to fit in, impress others, or participate in a shared activity can lead individuals, particularly young people, to engage in gambling activities they might not otherwise consider. This pressure can be especially potent in social settings where gambling is normalized or celebrated. Furthermore, the accessibility of gambling opportunities plays a significant role. The proliferation of online gambling platforms, coupled with the widespread availability of lotteries, casinos, and other forms of gambling, has made it easier than ever to gamble, often from the comfort of our own homes. This increased accessibility can normalize gambling behavior and make it more difficult for individuals struggling with addiction to avoid triggers. Chapter 6. Breaking Free: Coping Mechanisms and Strategies for Managing Gambling. Breaking free from the grip of gambling addiction or even managing problematic gambling habits can feel like an insurmountable challenge. However, by developing healthy coping mechanisms and adopting effective strategies, individuals can regain control over their impulses and make positive changes in their lives. One of the most crucial steps is acknowledging the problem and seeking professional help. A therapist specializing in gambling addiction can provide evidence-based treatments such as cognitive behavioral therapy or CBT, which helps individuals identify and modify unhealthy thought patterns and behaviors related to gambling. Developing strong problem-solving skills is essential for managing gambling urges. This involves identifying triggers such as stress, boredom, or social situations, and developing alternative coping mechanisms such as exercise, meditation, or spending time with loved ones. Mindfulness techniques such as deep breathing exercises and meditation can be incredibly helpful for managing cravings and reducing impulsive behavior. By focusing on the present moment and developing a greater awareness of thoughts and feelings, individuals can interrupt the cycle of urges and make more conscious choices. Creating a supportive environment is crucial for recovery. This might involve confiding in trusted friends and family members, joining a support group, or seeking guidance from a therapist or counselor. Surrounding oneself with a network of understanding individuals can provide encouragement, accountability, and a sense of hope. Outro: Reclaiming Control, a final word on the psychology of gambling. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of the psychology of gambling. By recognizing the psychological mechanisms at play, we can foster healthier gambling habits, mitigate risks, and seek help when needed.